And now the visiting.
And back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey for Brookdale basketball here on BTV. Tim Catalfamo alongside Brian Gansberg getting ready to go for a doubleheader this evening as the Brookdale Jersey Blues will be taking on the County College of Morris Titans. And on the women's side, this is a team in Brookdale that's coming off a win against Atlantic Cape. They desperately needed that win in order to kind of keep their season hopes alive. But they're going against a team this evening that is Division II. However, they were a club team last year, Brian, so we're not really quite sure what we're going to see on the floor.
Yeah, well, Brookdale's faced a lot of challenges early in the season. We've talked about it as one of the themes early on, starting out with that tournament at the start of the year. They struggled in those games, but they're accustomed now to playing these kind of opponents, and so they'll know what they're up against going into tonight.
Brookdale comes off in a win against Atlantic Cape, whereas Community College of Morris is trying to get their season together. They are 2-5. Now let's go down to the court to get things started. So Brookdale's getting ready to be introduced as they are in the process of that. The starting five for the Jersey Blues this evening will be Chikashi Andrews, Alexa Vreeland, 20, Gianna Erico, Caitlin Malloy, and Brianna Bowen, as you see them pop up there on your screen. On the other side for the Titans of County College of Morris, their starting five, Giovanna Harrigan, Kaylee Beal, Christiana Miltiados, Sophie Fisher, and Marianne Enriquez. Titans are coached by Alexandra Katz in her first season as head coach. You see her there talking with her players, as County College is in the away maroon uniforms with white lettering and white trim. Where on the other side for Brookdale, they're coached by head coach Rich Brunson in his second season. Took this team to a Region 19 title last year, and it's been a little bit of a shaky start, Brian. You kind of mentioned in the open, they started out with several non-conference games. They kind of didn't start out all that well, but in conference, they've been pretty strong, looking to try to build on that momentum. Yeah,
and that's exactly what's important. The overall record is not really anything to write home about. It's just 5-6, but they've taken care of business in the Region 19 matchups, winning 5 of those 6, and as a result, even though they are one game under 500, they're second in the region standings.
So Coach Brunson there in the full suit talking to his players. Last second instructions before they get ready to take the floor. Brookdale coming off a win 99-38 against Atlantic Cape Community College last week. Chikashi Andrews had 29 points, 8 assists. Whereas Camarie Brown had 22 points, 16 rebounds, a season high for rebounding and a double-double for Brown. So here we go. Caitlin Malloy squaring off at center court with Giovanna Harrigan. And the opening tip falls out of bounds. It'll be Morris ball. Our officials this evening are Ron T. Pasquale, Teresa Connor, and Nate Santana. So Morris going right to left on your television. Long two from the corner by Christiane Miltiados doesn't go. And Gianna Erico, the leading rebounder for Brookdale, brings it up the floor. Chikashi Andrews now near midcourt. Shot clock starting to wind down to 10. Andrews now moves away into the right arc. Guarded by Harrigan, drives inside. The layup goes as he got the finger roll to go. 2-0 now Brookdale leads.
And very much under control that time by Andrews, not settling for the jumper, taking it to the basket and getting that friendly bounce.
So now Harrigan at the foul line to Fisher. Now out to Enriquez. Enriquez, a long three, doesn't go. Erico the rebound, now gets it up to Vreeland. Here comes Brookdale off the floor with some numbers. Vreeland finds Bowen inside. The left-hand layup doesn't go off the glass, and the rebound pulled down by Miltiados. So 2-0, Brookdale leads, about a minute gone by here in the first quarter. Fisher was double-teamed for a second, got it over her teammate Beal at midcourt. Now Harrigan the long two, it's an air ball. Rebound underneath to Enriquez. Shot clock did not reset, down to 5. The 2 in the paint does not go by Harrigan, and Andrews pulls down the rebound. So here comes Brookdale up the floor with a 2-0 lead. Vreeland, the left arc 3 short, and the rebound to Harrigan. And now into the paint goes Fisher. And now we have a timeout called by Morris, as they have not gotten themselves off to a very good start. Been a little sloppy. Whereas Brookdale has a 2-point lead, 2-0. 8:16 left here in the first. And we remind you that coming up at the end of this game, we'll have the Brookdale men's basketball game. They'll be squaring off against County College of Morris in prime time this evening. Usually games are 5 and 7, games are 6 and 8 tonight. So prime time, and along with that, we'll also have a pregame ceremony with head coach Paul Chizak, who achieved his 500th career win as a head coach on the men's basketball side last week. So a lot going on this evening here in the arena. Out of that timeout, double teamed right in front of Coach Brunson there was Miltiados. Now into the paint for Harrigan, back out for Miltiados for the 3, and she hits it. So now Morris gets their first points of the evening. It's actually a 2, not a 3. So we're tied up at 2. Vreeland now over to Malloy. Malloy to the top of the key to Errico. Now Andrews pulls the trigger on a long 3, too strong. Bowen got a piece of it, not able to come away with the rebound. Beal instead now for Morris brings up the ball. And Beal almost lost it out of bounds. Bounce pass over to Miltiados. Now Fisher with the left-hand drive, doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Malloy. Andrews find inside to Malloy, back out to Vreeland for a 3. Front rim no good, doesn't fall. Rebound taken by Enriquez.
Now, one thing we've seen early in the season is Vreeland likes to shoot it from the outside, especially from those wings behind the arc. And she's not shooting a great percentage, but she's going to keep shooting them.
Andrews, the bounce pass to Vreeland, and Vreeland is fouled on the right low block. So now Vreeland will go to the foul line for the first time. Foul for Morris is going to be on Kayla Beal. That'll be her first personal. And now Alexa Vreeland, the 5'6" sophomore from Wall Township, New Jersey, at the free throw line. First shot on the way and good. Vreeland shooting 77% this year from the foul line. Trying to go 2 for 2, and she does. Brookdale retakes the lead 4-2, and now a little bit of a full court press here by the Jersey Blues, something that Coach Brunson talked about in our pregame meeting. Fisher almost lost the ball, and now here comes Morris with some numbers. Fisher in the paint, the layup doesn't go. Bats it out to her teammate Enriquez, and now Morris resets. Fisher, the left wing 3, doesn't go. Tried to follow her shot. Enriquez along the baseline, last touched by Brookdale. It'll stay here with Morris with 26 on the shot clock.
Well, a good job there by Malloy, as I thought she was going to force a turnover there, but the Titans retained possession.
So inbounding will be Kayla Beal. Beal looking, finds Fisher. Fisher the drive right at Andrews. Had it partially blocked away. It'll stay here with Morris. Coach Brunson not happy about that. He thought it was last touched by Morris.
Yeah, I guess Andrews actually got a piece of that shot there in the paint.
And now the officials will have a conference here. Will they change the call? We'll see. Nate Santana talking to Teresa Connor. They'll keep it here with Morris with 22 on the shot clock. Beal will inbound. Inbound to Enriquez. Now Miltiados almost lost it. May have gotten away with a traveling call. Shot clock down to 14. Miltiados. Bounce pass to Fisher. Fisher back to Harrigan. Harrigan right at Errico and draws the foul. Coach Brunson cannot believe it.
And those are always the killer kind of fouls because the shot clock is winding down. You're playing good defense, but it's just at the last second you commit that foul, and it allows the Titans to get a chance now to put points on the board.
So Coach Brunson not happy with the foul. It's for Brookdale on Gianna Errico, her first. And at the line now, Harrigan. First shot no good. And now we have a substitution for Morris. They only have 6 players here. Enriquez comes out as Sophia Miola comes in. She'll take her spot, number 20, there on the low block. Meanwhile, Harrigan at the line. 1 and a 2. 4-3, Brookdale leads. Errico up the floor quickly to Bowen. Bowen now along the baseline is fouled. And that'll be a quick 2 shots now for Brianna Bowen. We'll see who the foul will be on. It'll be on Sophia Fisher, her first personal, and now the second on Morris. Both teams have 2 team fouls. Bowen hits the first foul shot from the line. And Brianna Bowen is someone who contributes very well to this team. Had 15 points, 18 rebounds, a double-double in the last win against Atlantic Cape, and averages just under 10 a game. Gives Brookdale a 3-point lead.
And again, you see the pressure here in the backcourt, something that you mentioned Rich Brunson said was going to be a part of the game plan for tonight's game.
Harrigan had stripped away inside by Andrews, but she got her own rebound and puts it back up and in. So Giovanna Harrigan has got a few points this evening. Morris down by 1. Nice feed inside from Errico to Malloy, and she lays it in on the low block.
Yeah, very nice there. Errico not looking to shoot, and perfect setup there for Malloy under the basket, as that's going to be a kick ball there on Andrews.
So it'll stay here with Morris, and we'll see. I think they're still inbounding in the backcourt, so they still got to get it across the midcourt line. However, Brookdale retracts some of their pressure, so I don't think this is going to be a problem for the Titans. Ron DePasquale hands the ball to Miliatos, and now Beal brings it across midcourt. Fisher guarded by Brown. Now over to Beal. Beal lost her dribble, got it back. Shot clock down to 17. Fisher, nowhere to go, dumps it off to nobody. It's taken away by Brown. 2-on-1 opportunity now for Brookdale. Brown right at the hole, forces it up, no good, but she's fouled.
And Brown had Andrews with her on the break, but was determined to take that shot herself, and it was a tough contest as she got hit, and now at the line.
So it'll be Christiana Miliatos who will draw the foul, or commit the foul, actually, rather, on Morris. And at the line now, Brown misses the first. As coming out of the game, Sophia Miola, and back in, Marianne Enriquez for the Lady Titans. Brown missed them both on the foul line, got her own rebound. Now the shot clock resets for Brookdale, and Brown throws it away. It'll be a backcourt violation as Andrews touches the ball. She was looking for Andrews' miscommunication there. Another turnover there for Brookdale. So not a very good possession. Not only do they not hit any foul shots from the line, but they turn it over. And now Morris has an opportunity here to tie this game up if they hit a 3 on this possession. Beal, there it is. The 3 from the corner doesn't go, and the weak side rebound the Bowen.
Yeah, they were listening to you, ready to take that shot there, but it doesn't fall.
Ball loose on the floor. Beal down to the court. Everybody down on the floor. Errico down. Still is down. Now a 5-on-4 opportunity for Morris. Inside, Enriquez has it blocked away by Bowen.
A really good defensive play as Brookdale was down on a 5-on-4 advantage the other way because Errico was slow to get up and now hits the sidelines where she'll be looked at by the training staff. But a good defensive play to block that shot by Bowen.
In for Errico is Vreeland. With now 15 on the shot clock. Harrigan in the paint, right at Malloy. Off the glass too strong. Beal the rebound. finds, that was Fisher inside, and Fisher not able to complete the layup. Bowen takes it away for Brookdale. Up ahead to Alexis Vreeland, and Vreeland had it taken away by Beal. So neither team really being able to establish a rhythm. Another turnover there. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay Morris ball. With 21 to shoot. So Gianna Errico did come out of the game. She's being looked at by Pete Fusco, the athletic trainer. Appears to be all right. She's standing up. We'll have to see if there's any updates on her condition. She stays out of the game for now as Brookdale changes to a 2-3 zone. Beal at the top of the key. Now over to Fisher. Shot clock starting to wind down to 2. Fisher is fouled with 1 on the shot clock. Yeah. Coach Brunson now sits down.
Yeah, he's
in anguish.
He's frustrated. And that's the second time that with the shot clock winding down, the only fortunate part of this one is it doesn't come in the act of shooting. So instead the shot clock just resets.
Fouls on Andrews, her first. Harrigan guarded by Brown. Dangerous pass into the paint, and it's stolen away by Vreeland. Vreeland bounce pass to Andrews in stride, and Andrews lays it in.
Andrews coming off one of her better games of the season against Atlantic Cape, scored 29 points, had 8 assists as well. They need that kind of offensive production from her.
Miliatos rattles home a 2. And now it's 10-7, under 3 minutes to play here, opening quarter.
And it was a slow start to this quarter for both teams offensively, but they're both starting to find a rhythm here. We're seeing both of them make some jump shots.
Sophia, Miola will check in at the next buzzer for Morris as Brown knocks down a long 2. It's 12-7 now. Brookdale starting to increase their lead. Fisher, bounce pass to Enriquez in the paint, rims out, rebound Fisher. Fisher and Brown fighting for it. Jump ball going the other way for Brookdale. And in comes Miola now for Enriquez. Remember, as I said at the top of the broadcast, Morris has only got 6 players here. As you see there, Coach Brunson looking on from the sidelines. Second-year head coach. Was a Rutgers Scarlet Knight from 1979 to 1983. Brought the entire team up to a Rutgers women's basketball game the other day. Said it was a good experience for the players. Gianna Errico is back on the floor. Andrews along 3. Doesn't go. Bethany Burton, the weak side rebound. Now Brown has it as the shot clock resets. Andrews is guarded by Miliatos. Brown, nowhere to go with it. Looking, bounce pass to Andrews, and Andrews lays it in with the right hand.
And Brown was in trouble there after picking up her dribble. Didn't look like she had any options, but then Andrews wisely cutting to the basket, finding the open space, and the pass right on the money for the bucket.
Andrews also almost comes away with a steal. Now Fisher loses it in the paint. Back out to Miliatos. The long 2 doesn't go. Rebound Harrigan. Last touched by Brookdale, so they'll stay here with Morris with 28 to shoot. So Beal will inbound underneath their own basket. Looking. Finds Harrigan right underneath the basket. Can't finish. And Brown takes away the rebound. Going coast to coast. Brown loses it. Vreeland scoops it up. Errico at the foul line. Drives inside. Now back out to Vreeland for a 3. Off the front rim, no good. Errico another rebound. And now Camarie Brown controls it for Brookdale. Brookdale leads by 7. It's their largest lead of the game. We have a minute left here in the opening quarter. Vreeland, the feed inside to Burton. Burton couldn't handle it. It's taken away by Beal. Kayla Beal has been very impressive so far. The drive inside for Fisher doesn't go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line now for 2 shots. They may get Bethany Burton here. And it is going to be on Burton. That'll be, I believe, her first personal and the third now on Brookdale.
Sophie Fisher on the line, shooting 2.
So Sophie Fisher, the 5'6" sophomore. First shot on the way, rattles out. Chakashi Andrews will check out of the game. Coming in for her, Brianna Bowen. Now second shot for Fisher from the line also rims out. So Morris not able to come away with any points from the foul line. Bowen now up the floor. Back out to Vreeland. Vreeland wide open for a three. Rims out, no good. Rebound Bowen. Fadeaway shot doesn't go in the paint. Stripped away by Brown. Brown went up with it, no foul. And now coming away with it for Morris is Beal. Shot clock is turned off. This will probably be the final possession of the first quarter. Harrigan at the right elbow. Now back out to Beal. Cross-court pass to Fisher. Fisher, the three, goes. 14-10. Brookdale's got to hurry here. 5 seconds left here in the quarter. Brown with one. Brown, the long two at the buzzer, goes. Cam-Marie Brown puts an exclamation point on the performance for Brookdale in the first quarter. They lead 16-10. We'll take a break here on Brookdale TV. Second quarter upcoming here from the Collins Arena tonight in Lincroft, New Jersey.
And we got to be such good friends, and he might have sent me a letter maybe 3 times in the week. I went to the mailbox. Here it is, UConn. So UConn was actually the school I was going to attend. Until about a month after that, somewhere in August, I got a letter in the mail, this bright red envelope, and I'm opening it, and it says Rutgers University. And it was my first letter. And I'm saying, oh, these guys are behind the 8 ball a little bit here.
Hi, my name is Zachary Lucani. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. I play the guard, and Brookdale for me is a home where I could play basketball and get a good education to better myself.
My name is Fres Cabrera. I'm from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Buckets near you. They call me Mr. Jelly. My position is shooting guard, and what has Brookdale did for you has been better in my education and furthering my knowledge.
My name is Jameek Moore from Hackensack, New Jersey. I'm the point guard for Brookdale, and I'm here to further my education in criminal justice. I'm proud to be a Jersey.
Back here in Robert J. Collins Arena, Tim Ketovemo alongside Brian Goudsworth getting ready to start the second quarter here of our doubleheader matchup to close out the month of December. Only one home game for the Brookdale women and the Brookdale men in the month of December before they have about 5 or 6 games in January at home that we'll cover for you on Brookdale TV. Brookdale leads 16-10 to start the quarter. Dribbling with the basketball now is Fisher. Fisher over to Beal. Now cross-court pass back to Fisher, and Fisher traveled with the basketball.
And it was Fisher who made that three in the closing seconds of the opening quarter, but Brookdale was able to go back down the court and get a nice jumper to beat the buzzer from Cam-Marie Brown. So the first quarter finished strongly. Both teams playing pretty good on the offensive side.
Brown, the drive inside, is fouled. We'll see if she was in the act of shooting. I'm not sure. They'll try to... Actually, they're going to say she was in the act of shooting, so we'll go with that. Foul's on Kayla Beal. That's her second personal. And Brown at the foul line, not able to hit the first. So Brown now going to try to give Brookdale a 7-point lead, and she does. Fisher bringing up the ball. Now up ahead to Miliatos. Right in front of the Brookdale bench. Stolen away by Bowen. Bowen can't handle it. She tipped it out of bounds, but a nice play there by Bowen into the front row. Actually, they're going to say it was Brookdale basketball. Last touched by Kayla Beal. Wow.
I'm not so sure, but Brookdale will take it.
So Cam-Marie Brown will come out of the game. Chakashi Andrews comes back in. Brookdale's on the floor with Andrews, Bowen, Vreeland, Malloy, and Errico. Errico at the top of the key. Drives inside, tried to get it into Malloy. Dangerous pass, and it's taken away by Harrigan. Now Beal. Cross-court pass to Fisher. Fisher now the drive inside. Gets it into Miola. Miola can't finish in the paint. And now Andrews bringing up the ball for Brookdale. Over to Bowen. Now back to Andrews. Andrews open for a three. Rims out, no good. Rebound, Erico. Erico lost it, and now it's taken away by Miola. Brookdale, for the moment, holds on to a 7-point lead. Beal dribbling now into the corner for Miliatos. It's taken away by Bowen. Bowen doesn't have the numbers. 1-on-2. Bowen bounce pass to Vreeland, a little bit behind her. And now Brookdale has no choice but to dribble it out. Vreeland now is actually going to take it herself and go inside with it. Not able to get the jumper to go. And the rebound again goes to Harrigan. Harrigan at the foul line. Goes around Bowen. The floater, she's fouled. And we'll see if this is going to be on Bowen or Malloy for Brookdale.
Malloy. I think it'll be Malloy. That'll be Brookdale's first. No, I'm wrong. So it is Bowen. They both were there defensively down near the basket.
So Bowen, it's her first personal foul, the first on Brookdale in the second quarter. And now Giovanna Harrigan hits the first of a two-shot foul from the line. Marianne Enriquez will come into the game, as coming out will be Sophia Miola. With the exception of, or excuse me, actually Miola does not come out of the game, as Coach Brunson will take a timeout here. Down, leads by 6, 17-11. It's actually not Miola who came out of the game. That was Miliatos who came out. I was about to say, it really has just been Miliatos and Enriquez that have been kind of switching back and forth. However, that's not been the case. Really, Morris has only got one sub the entire game, so they're going to be able to play a lot of minutes tonight.
Right, and not only do they only have a limited number of players available, but this was a situation today where they got here later than expected. This game was pushed back an hour to begin with, so they're a little bit not themselves as they start this game tonight.
So Brookdale leads by 6. 30-second timeout almost finished for Coach Brunson. Just wanting to make sure that his team can try to keep this lead that they have built up. And for Morris, they're hanging around. They're not allowing Brookdale to get out to too large of a lead. And one thing that Brookdale has had happen to them is sometimes they have allowed the games to get away from them this year. And that's something that Coach Brunson does not want to have happen this evening. So wisely takes that timeout.
Well, they're coming off a game that they controlled from start to finish. That was their largest margin of victory of the season in the win over Atlantic Cape.
So Andrews now will walk the ball up. Bowen now right in front of Coach Katz on the sidelines for Morris. Andrews guarded by Beal. Shot clock down to 10. Vreeland over to Bowen. Bowen left arc 3, short. And rebound Enriquez. Fisher, as Brookdale switches back to a 2-3 zone. Harrigan inside, now back out to Enriquez. It's a 2 if it goes, it's too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Andrews. Andrews up ahead to Malloy. Malloy couldn't handle the pass, and it's scooped up by Enriquez. Beal picked up her dribble. Now over to Enriquez. Shot clock down to 14. Harrigan guarded by Malloy. Now back out to Miola. Miola right at Andrews. The jumper doesn't go. Enriquez, the offensive rebound, threw it away. And now Vreeland, the nice move, going one-on-one with Beal. Vreeland in the hole, draws contact, and she's fouled.
Yeah, nice job going back to the previous possession for the Titans. Brookdale had them locked down defensively. Then Vreeland gets the chance in transition. Nice little crossover dribble move, and now at the line.
So Alexa Vreeland, the 5'6" sophomore, at the line once again. First foul shot up and good. One substitution as Kayla Beal, who has her third personal foul after committing the last foul on Vreeland, comes out of the game. And in for her, Christiane Miltiados. Vreeland makes them both on the line, and now Brookdale increases their lead to their largest deficit of 8, 19-11. Fisher double teamed in the backcourt, just barely gets it across midcourt, and now she will be called for a double dribble.
Yeah,
Coach Brunson was screaming about that in the sidelines.
I was waiting for the call to come from the official, and then it did. It was a pretty sneaky move there by Fisher, able to maneuver her way through like 3 Brookdale defenders, but not without the violation.
Brianna Bowen goes around the screen, set by Malloy. Bowen, the left-hand layup, doesn't go. Rebound Malloy, fighting for it underneath. The jump ball is called. Possession arrow points Brookdale's way. 28 seconds to shoot. Nate Santana, the official, asking if the shot clock should be reset, and it shouldn't be because it was just a jump ball. So Brookdale inbounds the ball now with Vreeland. Andrews, long 3, got it. Chakasha Andrews starting to warm up, and now Brookdale leads by double digits, 22-11.
That was Miltiados, who did not have much of a chance on that play when Andrews makes that little step-back move and the smooth jumper from behind the arc.
Miltiados hands off now to Fisher, guarded by Vreeland. Vreeland, the bounce pass at the foul line for Harrigan. Back out to Enriquez. Fisher, nice nifty move to get around Andrews. She left the shot short, though. Harrigan had her shot blocked away. And now up the floor all alone is Andrews, who lays it in with the right hand. Timeout, Coach Alexandra Katz on the sidelines for Morris. As within the span of a few minutes, Brookdale has gone on a run, and now they lead 24-11. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on Brookdale TV. But wow, very impressive coming out of that timeout that Coach Brunson had called, Brian. Brookdale able to push the ball up the floor, made some nice shots. Chakasha Andrews with the most recent 3. And then, of course, the layup a few seconds ago. 5 straight points now for Andrews, and Brookdale starting to turn on the heat here in the arena and pull away from Morris.
I think this is the most crisp we've seen this team play offensively in this first half. Not a lot of turnovers. That's something that's plagued them pretty often in games we've done here, but they've been playing relatively turnover-free basketball and making their shots, and then when they get out in transition, like that last possession, you have Andrews, who's a great finisher at the basket. Things are clicking on the offensive end.
So Miltiados comes out of the game, and in again is Beal. Beal's got 3 fouls. She's the one who had the ball throw it away, actually. Picked up by Fisher. And now Harrigan inside, another shot that's short, goes out of bounds, didn't even touch the rim. But Kayla Beal, number 12 there for Morris, has got 3 personal fouls. I'm surprised that she's back in the game. I understand Morris has only got 6 players here, but I would think that she would be on the bench for the remainder of the first half, save some of her playing time for the second, and not run that risk of picking up that 4th foul. Andrews, the long 3, rattles it home.
And if she can start finding consistency with that shot from behind the arc, that's when this team is really going to be dangerous.
Enriquez now right at Andrews. High arcing shot doesn't go. Erico brings it up now for Brookdale. The lob for Brown too high.
Yeah, Erico that time trying to run the break, but just floated that one over the head of Brown. So Brookdale misses on an opportunity on the fast break.
So Beal gets over to the midcourt line to Harrigan. Now Fisher, the drive inside, left it short. A lot of short baskets that have been gone incomplete there for Morris this evening. Malloy can't finish underneath the basket. Brown keeps it alive for Brookdale. But how many shots now have we seen for Morris, Brian, that have just come up a little bit short inside the paint? Erico not able to get the rebound, and now actually we're going to have a I believe an offensive foul on Gianna as she went over the back trying to grab that rebound. But yeah, a lot of close-range baskets for Morris just have not fallen this evening.
Yeah, earlier in that possession for Brookdale, you heard the Brookdale bench kind of have some life to it after that Andrews touch pass. They just weren't able to finish. It would have been a highlight reel play.
Fisher, another shot inside, wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now here comes Brown. One-on-one with Beal. Beal wisely lets her go, but Brown missed the layup. Bowen is there, though, for the putback.
Brown got to the basket in a hurry that time, did everything but finish. Fortunately, Bowen there for the putback. Brookdale with 29 points on the board and still time to add to that.
Fisher, another drive this time. Foul, count the basket. Foul is on Brown. Her first personal foul. And now Sophia Fisher will go to the foul line and try to complete the three-point play. See there, head coach Alexandra Katz, first-year head coach for Morris. Brian mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is a team in Morris that was a club team last year. Then they moved up to Division II play. Very young team, though, the Titans are. Fisher completes the three-point play. It's now 29-14. And Brown almost threw it away as Andrews was not looking as she came up the court. Bowen, right wing three. Good for Brianna Bowen.
And that time the setup from Andrews, who had a team-leading assist number in the last game, that time setting up Bowen from behind the arc for the three ball.
Fisher draws contact before the shot. And it's going to be on Bethany Burton. And that's the second on Burton. And now at the line again, Fisher.
And Fisher has been a bright spot for these Titans. I mean, she's shown an ability to shoot the ball from behind the arc, get to the basket, finish in traffic. Good offensive game that she has.
Sophia Fisher, though, misses the first foul shot. She'll get one more. Bends at the knees, lets the ball go. 1 out of 2 from the line for Fisher. 32-15. Andrews back out to Brown. Brown, her foot was on the line. It's a 2, and she completes it. 34-15, under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Beal up ahead to Harrigan. Harrigan, the three from the corner, short. Rebound Burton. Andrews now, nobody guarding her, lets loose a three, doesn't go. Bowen got the rebound. Burton on the low block gets it back out to Andrews. Andrews now, the shot from the baseline is good.
And you just can't give her that much space. I mean, she missed the previous shot, a long three, but again, Brookdale getting on the offensive glass, and then Andrews creating space along the baseline to knock down that jumper.
Brookdale continues to increase their lead. Remember, it was only a moment ago this game was single digits. Brookdale was clean to a 7-point lead at one point, and then they went on this run. Brown takes it out of the hands of Miola, and Brown is fouled in the backcourt, I believe, by Fisher. So for Fisher, it'll be her second personal. Christiana Miltiados will come in for Sophia Fisher, who checks out of the game for Morris. Alexis Espada is in for Brookdale, who checked in for Gianna Erico. Brown now at the point. Over to Bowen. Bowen now back to Vreeland, top of the key. Vreeland, left-hand layup, too strong off the glass. Rebound fought for. It's Espada that's got it. Shot clock did not reset. Cross-court pass to Vreeland, and Vreeland traveled. So 1:23 left here in the first half. Brookdale with a 21-point lead. Beal. Ahead to Harrigan. Harrigan right in front of Coach Brunson. Beal had it poked away from behind, but Brown's going to pick up a personal here. And we'll see what the number is on Cam-Marie. I think this is going to be her second. And it is her second personal. So Brookdale now has maxed out with fouls here in the first half. Kayla Beal now at the line. Shot on the way is good. Beal playing with 3 personal fouls. Cuts the Brookdale lead down to 19. Brown pulls the trigger, top of the key, 3, got it. Anne-Marie Brown kind of lulled the defense to sleep there and hits the 3. Brookdale now back up with a 20-plus point lead.
She continues to be a really nice spark coming off the bench, a role that she's very comfortable with and doing a great job for this Jersey Blue team.
Pass is taken away inside by Vreeland. Vreeland over to Bowen. Bowen in the paint, fouled. So it'll be on the floor.
Foul on number 12, Kayla Beal.
The foul is on Kayla Beal. That's her 4th personal foul. Wow. Shakasha Andrews going to come in. Coach Brunson really wanted that substitution there as Cam-Marie Brown comes out of the game. Shakasha Andrews will take her place underneath the basket to inbound the ball. Fresh 30 for Brookdale. Kayla Beal, though, with 4 personal fouls for Morris, remains on the floor. Andrews, the drive inside, over to Bowen. Bowen now to Burton. Burton, right elbow, got it. Shot clock is turned off. Beal over to Harrigan. Clock down the 5. Harrigan has it blocked away by Burton, but Burton gets called with the personal foul, much to the dismay of the Brookdale Jersey Blues bench. That is the 3rd foul now on Burton. And once again, Giovanna Harrigan at the line. First one up short.
You could see the noticeable reaction on the part of Burton after getting called on that foul. It was one of disappointment and frustration. I'm not sure she agreed with the call.
Harrigan, 1 of the 2 from the line. Andrews up ahead to Burton. Or excuse me, this is Bowen with the 3 at the buzzer. It's good. 44-18. Brookdale goes into the locker room and puts an exclamation point at the end of this first half. Wow, a lot of first half performance. Incredible that they were able to do this. Did we just go to commercial?
Hi, my name is Zachary Lucani. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. I play the guard, and Brookdale for me is a home where I could play basketball and get a good education to better myself.
My name is Fresh Cabrera. I'm from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Buckets near you. They call me Mr. Jelly. My position is shooting guard, and what has Brookdale did for you has been better in my education and furthering my knowledge.
My name is Jameek Moore from Hackensack, New Jersey. I'm the point guard for Brookdale, and I'm here to further my education in criminal justice. I'm proud to be a Jersey Blue.
My name is Grant Good from Mattawa, New Jersey. I'm a guard, and Brookdale's going to take me to my next basketball school.
I'm Kyle Bradshaw. I'm a guard from Tinton Falls, New Jersey, and Brookdale is the first step to what I want to do in life.
My name is Matt Ringel. I'm from Marlboro, New Jersey. I play forward, and what Brookdale means to me, it gives you another opportunity to decide what you want to do with your life.
How y'all doing? I'm Makai Morgan from Piscataway, New Jersey. P-Way, you know. I'm a point guard here at Brookdale Community College. What I like about Brookdale is that not only is it a good athletic school, also you could get good academic help from here and get your degree and prosper from there.
My name is Kenny LaRocca. I'm from Marlboro, New Jersey. I play guard, and Brookdale to me is a place to further my education and play basketball.
My name is Mark Cerebel. I'm from Middletown, New Jersey. I play point guard, and Brookdale to me is a place to further my education.
My name is Stephon Forbes. I'm from East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I play point guard and also the shooting guard. And Brookdale for me is just a big opportunity and a big step in my academic and college athletic career.
My name is Jordan Hernandez from Passaic, New Jersey, position guard. Brookdale for me is a place of growth and maturity and a creative future and more.
This is Lampley, Newark, New Jersey. 6'3" guard, sometimes forward, depending on the matchup. Brookdale is a place of opportunity. It has a winning culture. If you want to come here, you have fun, you win. It's a great school.
Hi, my name is Anthony McNeil from Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm a 6'2" freshman, guard/forward. Brookdale for me means a new beginning, a new opportunity. Here at Brookdale, we have a great basketball program coached by Coach Chizek, who's been here for over 25 years, and he's doing a great job. He knows what it takes to get us all together for one common goal. This year we have a great basketball team, and we expect to be the best in the country.
My name is Demi Vernikov, and I'm part of the Student Life Board. And this year we're having our Welcome Back Week and Involvement Fair. So basically what that is that we're getting students who are returning students and new students to come in and experience what Brookdale has to offer, which is a dozen different new clubs, different people where you can meet new people, make new friends, and definitely make different connections with different people and kind of just get involved like what we have here with different music going on, with different activities going on, whether you're in like the fried Oreos and the funnel cake, just to get involved, have like, a good start to the year. And it's really great to always get involved because when I came to Brookdale and as soon as I got involved with student life, I absolutely loved it. I made different connections with people, I made new friends, and so many different memories that I'd love to look back on as soon as I graduate from Brookdale.
Chantel Brown-Williams. I'm a Brookdale student and I'm with the Brookdale Dance Club. We're just out here having a lot of fun and like dancing to the music with everybody and all the other clubs. I think it's important for students to get involved, especially in like multiple clubs, is because they get to explore new things and hopefully find something that they're inspired about.
So if you want to get involved, I would say come to the Student Life Center downstairs in SLC 110. That's our Student Life Board room, and that's where I think that students would be able to understand a little bit more about what's going on the campus, because we do deal with the clubs and the organizations and the events that are on campus. So if they do want to get involved, come downstairs, and one of our members will be down there, and they'd be happy to help you and explain a little bit more of what's going on campus.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
When I grow up, I want to create music that makes people want to stand up and dance.
We all travel different paths with one goal in mind: success.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Brookdale Community College. Take your next step at brookdalecc.edu.
I'm proud to be joined by Rutgers basketball alumni and current collegiate basketball head coach, Rich Brunson.
How you doing,
Rich,
Nico?
Thanks for being here.
Pleasure, my man.
All right, so let's start off in Jamaica, Queens, New York. You grew up in Jamaica, Queens, New York, and I just want to know a little bit about playing basketball in the city, what that was like for you, and how your game developed.
You're taking me back. Jamaica, Queens, New York. That has to be probably an experience I will never forget, Nico. Growing up in New York is the streets of hard knocks, and you have to earn your stripes, so to speak. I played against a lot of good ball players. I actually started out at the age of 10. Found my older brother. He used to always beat up on me all the time. He never let me get a shot off. But it was a learning experience. But playing in New York, I think because, in New York we have a basketball court, on every block. Everywhere. So you can't help but just play basketball. But just the pace of it, the back and forth, the 100 miles an hour, you either have to catch up or you'll be behind.
Yeah.
So I think, just learning that way to play basketball, how to play the game fast, you can always play slower. Mm-hmm. So it was a great adjustment for me, and it helped out. It jump-started my career, so to speak.
Definitely. So tell me about some of the talent that you had around you in the city, because I know we previously spoke and you told me talent everywhere.
It's like a kid, you're trying to earn your stripes and trying to figure out who's the guy around the corner, so to speak. So when you're playing in different boroughs in these tournaments, you don't really know who the people are until you get older.
Yeah.
But you just know they were good, just like you, so to speak.
Of course.
So a couple of names, as I grew older to get to know these guys personally, guys like Kenny Smith, good friend Tony Red Bruin, played at Syracuse, Pearl Washington, Rayford Olsen, who's from the neighborhood, Kenny Anderson, the famous Lamar Odom, Lloyd Daniels. I mean, the name goes on and on.
Lloyd Daniels. I'm friends with Lloyd Daniels' son.
Really? Yeah, we try to recruit his son, matter of fact. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So those guys were just guys who we mingled with, and we just bounced off each other and just shared talents and learned from each other. So
absolutely,
it was good.
Yeah. So we spoke, and you told me you attended the 5-star basketball camp, which obviously is a camp that very prestigious players go to.
One of the best.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. What was that experience like for you? What were some of the talent around you then?
I think, going back to the beginning of it, you have to mention the godfather of basketball, Howard Garfinkel, who still founded it, with a guy named Will Klein. And it's a special camp in my heart because one of my best friends I grew up with, older brother, was actually the first MVP of 5-star, which was, I think, in 1966. Ron Johnson was his name. I met Howard Garfinkel, I think, my junior year in high school. I went to a game at St. John's, and here he is. He introduced himself to my high school coach, and he handed me an invitation to the camp. I had no idea what it was about, and so I go to this camp 3 weeks later, and come to find out later, the guys who were there with me, guys like Dominique Wilkins, the great Sam Bowie, went on to play at Kentucky, Rocket Rod Forster from UCLA. So you had all these guys from different states that played in this one facility in Holmesdale, Pennsylvania. And you had to bring your game. And you had to bring your game and not your name, so to speak. So I had a great time. I mean, I met a lot of the coaches at the time who were just working out, like the Patinos and Caliparis. Those guys are just jumpstarting their careers as coaches.
Yeah,
so it was just a pleasure, man. That whole week in Holmesdale taught me so much. I think not to fear the guy in front of you on the court because everybody was good.
Yeah,
so you had to bring your game, and hey, the rest was history, man. But 5-star definitely truly was my beginning, my introduction to big-time basketball.
So you ended up meeting a worker from UConn, and you almost ended up going to UConn, and you, of course, went to Rutgers. So what was that experience like?
Wow.
With potentially being that close away from going to UConn?
Well, Nico, the first thing when you go to 5-star camp is just the mystique of the camp. Because when you go there your first day, and that first morning, you see all these coaches from all over with these shirts on, the nice polos with the college names, and you see all the kids taking a peek at all these coaches, and you're overwhelmed. So I think my third day is this one guy who just followed me everywhere I went. I did my drills in the morning, I did my calisthenics, I had my 2 games and whatever. And I might think I even saw him in the cafeteria, I'm not sure. But his name was Art Perry, and Art Perry was a UConn assistant. And we got to be such good friends, and he might have sent me a letter maybe 3 times in the week. I ran to the mailbox, here it is, UConn. So UConn was actually the school I was gonna attend. Until about a month after that, somewhere in August, I got a letter in the mail, this bright red envelope, and I'm opening it, and it says Rutgers University. And it was my first letter. And I'm saying, oh, these guys are behind the 8 ball a little bit here. I'm ready to sign. But I opened it up, and it was a letter from Art Perry. And it simply said, Richie, I want to tell you firsthand, I switched schools, and I'm now going at Rutgers as an assistant coach. And I needed, and he wanted me. I said, Coach, wherever you go is cool with me. He was my guy. So that's how I ended up at Rutgers.
The rest is history.
Rest is history.
So, transitioning into Rutgers, we mentioned Rutgers before, obviously, but transitioning into Rutgers, it was a little bit of an adjustment at first, wasn't it? Because the college game is much different than, playing in the streets.
Oh, a lot different. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think for any youngster that's leaving high school, going to college, what's important is you have to have a strong circle around you. Your circle are your employees, so to speak, and they are the ones who are going to prepare you for that next jump. And I had a great circle coming from New York, great coaches, AAU coaches, guys from the neighborhood, the unsung heroes, so to speak, and they prepared me for that. So my first year at Rutgers, pretty much, I had to transform into a point guard, whereas in high school I was a shooting guard. And that's a famous word, the combo guard, so to speak. Now you have the stretch fours in the NBA and all that. It's different now. But my transition was it was nice and smooth. So it was really from being a two guard in high school to playing a point guard on a bigger stage. And it was good for me though. I learned it. Coming from good coaches, you know how to take criticism, you know how to adapt to a different coach. And more importantly, being a New York ball player, how to adjust with different talents. That was the key for a New York ball player. You can adjust to any type of player, and that was good for me at Rutgers.
So obviously it ended up working out for you. You ended up being a 4-year starter at Rutgers, and something you got to experience, I'm sure that you always remember.
Oh man!
Is playing against great players.
Yes.
You got to play against Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan actually played Rutgers in his first ever televised game.
Absolutely, that's right.
Unfortunately, you ended up missing that one, but the next year,
right. That was
instead of MSG.
When you're playing in college, like I said, it's like playing the street ball in New York. You're not really aware of who's going to do what in the next 5 years or so. You know what I mean? So, but some guys do have names that linger out there. But Michael Jordan truly was probably one of the better players that I've played against, but it's several of them, Nico. You had Isaiah Thomas, you had several of them.
Great.
But Michael was the one that stood out. And that first game, I was so excited, but unfortunately I had an operation that week back in New Brunswick at Rutgers, and I missed that game. But the following year,
when you played against him, everyone really knew what he was. The first year they made ideas, but nobody knew what he was.
Well, Dean Smith had the philosophy, of course. He's one of the all-time legendary coaches, and his thing was really, as a freshman, you had to earn your stripes. The same thing with those great Kentucky coaches back then. Where the whole bench was all-Americans, you had to wait your turn. So when Michael came aboard, he said, "Hey, look, you're a freshman. You have to wait your turn." But as those games went on, coach was itching. All that changed. Philosophy out the window. But Rutgers was good.
So what were some of your other?
Inside the Robert J. Collins Arena, getting ready to start the second half. Tim Califano alongside Brian Gownsword. Brookdale leads 44-18 over the County College of Morris Titans. And right away, we have a turnover there for Brookdale as Brianna Bowen, trying to go down the court for the Jersey Blues, turns it over and travels. But it was really a very impressive first half performance for Brookdale. And now underneath the basket, another tie up there, jump ball going the other way for Brookdale. But very impressive first half, Brian.
Both ends of the floor. The 44 points offensively, they looked fluid on that side. They were making their jump shots. They were finishing in transition. But then you look at the defensive side too, and they held Morris to just 18 points. So they've done pretty much everything right through the first half. We'll see if they're able to continue that here in the second half.
Vreeland has her shot blocked away by Harrigan, and now here come the Titans up the floor, trying to gather some momentum. This game was close at the end of the first quarter, but second quarter really was when Brookdale turned on the Jets and pulled away. Straight on three for Miliatos doesn't go, and out of bounds going back to Brookdale.
And it was Andrews who led the charge, but also Camry Brown coming off the bench, the first half performance she had, knocking down jumpers, made that shot at the end of the first half too. So a lot of key contributors so far.
Morris in a man-to-man defense with Brianna Bowen now. Takes a three, in and out, no good, and the rebound to Harrigan. Fisher hands off to Harrigan. Brookdale now has gone back to a 2-3 zone. They've changed up their defenses here throughout the game. Long two there from the corner by Miola doesn't go. And now here comes Brookdale with some numbers up the floor with Vreeland. Dangerous pass to Andrews. She's able to handle it. Drives inside. Back out Vreeland. Left wing three. Off the front rim, no good. Malloy, the rebound. Bounce pass inside to Andrews. The layup doesn't go. So two opportunities there for Brookdale to score and have possession, and they are not able to. About 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Neither team has scored. Brookdale still controls the lead, 44-18. Fisher inside to Harrigan. Harrigan double teamed, is fouled in the paint. And we'll see if this is going to be on Andrews, on Ergo or Bowen. And it is going to be on Brianna Bowen. So we'll check the number on Bowen. I think this is her second personal. And the first team foul on Brookdale in the third quarter. And once again, Giovanna Harrigan at the line. First shot on the way and good. It's the first points for Morris in the third quarter. Bunch of substitutions coming out of the game for Brookdale. Bethany Burton, Alexis Espada, and Camry Brown come in for Erico, Malloy, and Vreeland, who go to the bench. Harrigan at the line completes 2 out of 2. 44-24, Brookdale leads by 24. Andrews, the drive inside, right-hand layup doesn't go off the rim. And now rebound is secured by Miola. Here comes Fisher with a head of steam and loses it out of bounds, but it'll remain here with the Titans.
Yeah, that was Brown who slapped it out of her hand. So good defense there as the Titans had a chance in transition. Now they have to inbound underneath.
Shot clock at 22. Fisher, bounce pass to Harrigan, working against Burton, and draws the foul. She scores, count the basket, and now she'll go to the foul line for an additional shot to try to complete the three-point play.
That is her fourth.
So it's the fourth foul on Bethany Burton, and Harrigan at the line does complete the three-point play. That's 5 straight points now for Morris to open this second half. Still down by 21 though. Andrews throws it away, and Coach Brunson cannot believe it. Starts walking towards the other side of the bench. Brookdale, we were talking about the crispness of the passing in the first half, Brian. Really didn't translate, has not translated so far, as we have a turnover there on Morris, traveling call. Really has not translated into this second half so far for the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to widen their lead too much, but, you know, there's still enough time for them to find that groove again offensively that we saw dominate in the first half. But again there, Andrews on the misconnection with Bowen.
Andrews almost hit Coach Brunson in the head as he was bending down there, talking with, I think that was Gianna Erico on the sidelines. Another turnover there for Brookdale. Into the corner, Miliatos. Now the top of the key for Enriquez, almost taken away there by Bowen. Harrigan at the left elbow, fouled again. So Giovanna Harrigan has been all over the floor to start this second half, has got Morris's 5 points to begin the third quarter, and now she's at the foul line again. Foul is on Brown, her third. Harrigan misses the first foul shot from the line. And Alexa Vreeland will come in for Camry Brown, who's played very well but has 3 personal fouls and checks out of the game.
Yeah, that's a big loss because of what she's been able to do, sparking this, especially in the first half, what Brookdale was able to do offensively, and now to not have her on the court because of foul trouble.
Bowen gets the tough shot to go, the runner from the baseline.
I think Bowen trying to sell that she was fouled there by falling down on the floor, see if she could get an extra attempt at the line, but she'll take the 2.
Fisher, now over to Miliatos. Double teamed, almost taken away by Freeland. Fisher, though, saves it, shot clock to 10. Fisher to the hole, lays it in with the left hand. 46-25, Freeland underneath the basket all alone, puts it up with 2 hands.
That's more the kind of basketball that we saw in the first half. Passes on the money. Andrews to Freeland, 1 dribble, up for 2.
48-25. Enriquez, the long 2. It's an air ball. Miliatos keeps it alive for Morris on this possession. Shot clock does not reset. Enriquez underneath the basket, puts it in on the low block. Coach Katz trying to get her team back on defense. Brookdale with a 21-point advantage. Freeland along the baseline and stepped on the baseline. Malloy and Erico going to come in for Brookdale as I think Alexis Espada and Bethany Burton come out of the game. About halfway through this third quarter. Fisher over to Miliatos. Double teamed. Miliatos. Timeout taken by Coach Katz. Very wisely taking that timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But nonetheless, Morris, after starting out with 5 straight points, now is back down by 21 and really struggling. But Brian, this is a team that we expected Brookdale to be able to easily handle. But the question now is, because when you look at this team, you look at their upcoming schedule, they have a lot of road games coming up to close out the month of December. They've had several road games, actually. They will have, at the end of this month, 5 road games of the 6 games that they play in December, one of them being tonight, which is at home. Other than that, they have gone on the road and will be on the road. They have Ocean County College on Thursday. Then on Saturday, they have Cumberland County College, then Sussex County College on the 19th to close out the month of December. So a lot of road games for this team coming up in this month, and they're against some very good quality teams. Ocean has played well. They went to the Region 19 championship game last year. And Cumberland County and Sussex County are also 2 very good teams. So for Coach Brunson, certainly this is a game that they're easily handling, but they have to look at the big picture and saying that they're going to have tougher opponents on the road to close out this month.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, anytime you're playing on the road against the good teams that you talked about, it makes for a tough schedule. There's a lot of traveling. You're not playing in front of your home fans, so it makes it a tougher road. But with the way they've played of late, last game and into this game, they've shown that they're capable of winning tough games even on the road.
Bowen lays it in at the other end after the feed from Vreeland. And now it's a 50-27 lead for the Jersey Blues. That's Enriquez over to Harrigan, and Harrigan is fouled once again in the paint. Harrigan has gone to the foul line several times this evening. The foul is on Shakasha Andrews, as Andrews goes over and talks with official Nate Santana to try to plead her case. She's got 2 personal. Harrigan not able to hit the first shot from the line. Second foul shot on the way, and good. The inbounds pass is taken away by Fisher. Nobody back to help her out. Fisher going right at Andrews and almost threw it away to Miliatos. Miliatos inside, count the basket and the foul. Not the way to inbound the ball there, Brian.
No, and Titans able to get a second chance opportunity. Errico nearly came away with the steal. Instead, now she gets called on the foul, which is her third, and forced to hit the bench. So Errico and Brown, who came in to replace her, each with 3 personals.
So at the line, Cristiana Miltiados completes the three-point play. Morris has hung with Brookdale as far as the points that have been scored in the second half. The problem is Brookdale built up such a big lead in the second quarter that Morris is going to need more of that if we're going to be able to claw themselves back into this game. Freeland back to Bowen. Straight on 3 for Bowen is short. Rebound to Miola. Fisher guarded by Brown. Fisher now will drive inside, draws contact, and again is fouled. Second half, I'll tell you what, Brian, I think maybe Coach Katz maybe changed up the strategy in the locker room because Morris continues to drive to the basket and they're drawing the foul and they're getting to the foul line.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the foul totals here as we start this third quarter. Brookdale has 5 and Morris has not committed one so far, so that's a big advantage so far and has allowed them to at least start to cut into this pretty big deficit.
And remember, in women's basketball, as Kamari Brown, we should mention, Kamari Brown was the one that committed the foul for Brookdale. That's her 4th personal. She comes out of the game. But remember, in women's basketball, once a team reaches 5 team fouls in a quarter, the other team shoots free throws every time a foul is called for the remainder of that quarter.
And also Camry Brown now with 4 personals, so she forced to hit the bench.
Errico at the foul line, the long 2 doesn't fall. Bowen the rebound, puts it in. (52-33). Fisher, right-hand layup, a little out of control. Doesn't able to get that shot to go, and now Bowen going coast to coast, gives it off to Errico. Errico, the layup is good. So Gianna Errico gets on the board. 54-33, Brookdale now leads. Feed inside to Harrigan. Back out to Miliados. Miliados may have gotten away with an extra step, but lays it in off the glass. Impressive shot.
How about that? That was awfully tough. Kind of fading away from the basket, the finger roll, but it wasn't even that close to the basket and gets it to go off the glass.
Errico short on the jumper from the foul line. Up ahead now, Fisher, 1-on-2. Fisher to the hole, draws contact again and is fouled. And we'll see, this might be on Chikasha Andrews, and if it is, I think it's her 3rd personal. So it's the 3rd on Andrews. Remember, Brookdale's already maxed out with team fouls, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
But foul trouble is really becoming evident now amongst the Brookdale key players. Andrews and Brown and Errico, all in trouble.
And remember, for Morris, they ran in the foul trouble of their own in the first half with Kayla Beal, who had 4 personal fouls. We have not seen Beal for this entire second half, but it really hasn't affected their performance so far. Bowen inside to Errico. Errico is bumped and she's fouled. I think they're going to call the shot on the floor. Unless they're going to count the basket here, I don't know. Nate Santana was motioning to count the basket.
Yeah, that didn't feel like she should have gotten a continuation. It seemed like it came too late there, and I think properly Brookdale inbounds underneath the basket.
So the foul is on Enriquez. It's her 1st personal. Andrews falls down to the floor at the top of the key. Bowen dribbling, goes around Fisher. The floater in the paint is good.
You can hear head coach Alexandra Katz on the Titans sideline yelling out. I'm not exactly sure what the order there was, but it worked out for Brookdale as Bowen able to get to the basket.
Miltiados. Harrigan now the putback underneath. 56-38 now. The deficit for Morris. Errico Goes around the Malloy screen at the left elbow. Errico double dribble. And Gianna Errico looked like she was going to come out of the game, but she does not. Instead, Chikasha Andrews comes out. In for her is number 23, Kayla Fletcher. Fisher guarded by Fletcher. Runs right into Bowen. Offensive foul on Fisher, rather. Going the other way. Nice job by Brianna Bowen taking the charge there.
Yeah, making sure she was out of that restricted area, in which case it would have been a blocking foul. So good job of setting herself properly to take that charge.
Lazy pass almost taken away there by Harrigan from Morris. Bowen saves it. The shot clock is down to 15. Bowen, layup in the lane with the left hand is good.
Yeah, really nice handle that time and able to shield the ball away from the defender and take it to the basket, finish with the left hand.
It's back up to a 20-point lead for Brookdale. Fisher, the dump inside to Miola, and Miola is fouled from behind by Malloy. And again, because Brookdale is maxed out with team fouls, this is going to be 2 shots for Sophia Miola.
Fouls on Brookdale is number 30, Caitlin Malloy.
So for Caitlin Malloy, that's her second personal foul. And at the line, Miola, 5'7" sophomore, not able to hit the first of a 2-shot foul. Second one upcoming for her. It's on the way, and it rims out, no good. So Morris comes away empty from the foul line. Under a minute left to play here in the third. Bowen finds Errico at the foul line. Errico drives in, floater in the paint, left it short. Rebound Fisher. Fisher racing up the floor. Now over to Miliatos. Miliatos inside to Harrigan. Harrigan went right at Malloy. No foul. She wanted the foul there, didn't get it. Now Bowen comes away with it for Brookdale. Bounce pass over to Vreeland. Vreeland drives inside. Layup doesn't go. Bowen, the putback up and in.
And one thing that you see is Brookdale crashing the offensive glass, and one reason they've been able to do that so easily is because the Titans just don't have a lot of size. The tallest player, 5'10", not a lot of resistance down close to the basket.
Shot clock is turned off. Clock down to 6 now. Enriquez at the foul line. Miola inside to Harrigan. Harrigan with 2. With 1, the shot goes at the buzzer. And that'll be the end. That'll be the way that we end the third quarter, with Brookdale holding on to a 20-point lead, 60-40. Final 10 minutes coming up when we come back to the Collins Arena. Brookdale in control, leading Morris 60-40.
Their accomplishments and memories that you'll always cherish as well.
At Rutgers, probably, and probably any college basketball player's dream is to make the NCAA.
Yeah.
The big dance, the tournament in March.
And March Madness.
Yes, and that was my goal probably my first day on campus.
Let's go!
Hello, we are here today in Wall Township, home to Brookdale's new 37,000 square foot classroom building, where college officials, dignitaries, and current Brookdale nursing students gather for the official ribbon cutting ceremony.
This is the day that we've been waiting for 17 years. This is the grand opening that we have planned for,
And we're back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena. Final 10 minutes to play. Brookdale leads by 20, 60-40 over the County College of Morris Titans. Ball down on the floor and a jump ball call. The ball will go back to Brookdale by virtue of the possession arrow.
Well, one thing that's funny about this game is every quarter at the end there has been a buzzer beater. First, second, and third, whether it's been Brookdale or Mars, they've had the knack for beating the buzzer at the end.
Offensive foul there on Brianna Bowen. That's her third personal. She checks out of the game for Chikashi Andrews, who comes in for her. Well, Morris has hung with Brookdale in the second half. As Milianos, the three is good. 17-point lead now for Brookdale. Andrews finds Vreeland. Vreeland tries to answer back with a three of her own. It's too strong. Malloy the rebound. Now Vreeland again in the paint. This one doesn't go. Andrews underneath. Third chance opportunity. Puts it up, doesn't go. Is partially blocked away. Malloy down to the floor. She was on the baseline. And Coach Brunson asking where was the foul there on Erico underneath the basket.
He's rather animated there on the sideline. Felt there was a lot of contact. Certainly appeared that there was, but it's tight in basketball.
Harrigan now out to Enriquez. Enriquez over to Fisher. Fisher back out to Milianos, who has the hot hand from three. Missed this one short. Rebound Fletcher. Fletcher up to Malloy. Malloy, oh, terrible pass. Tried to get it up to Vreeland and threw it away. Fisher spins her way, loses the ball. Miola in the Harrigan. Harrigan turns around, got it in the paint. 5 straight points now for Morris. They are within 15 of Brookdale. They're slowly but surely getting closer and closer.
Yeah, this game is far from over. Better than 8 minutes still to go. Brookdale cannot fall asleep. Otherwise, this game will get very tight, very quick.
Andrews, the feed inside to Malloy, and Malloy lays it in.
And that's how you have to answer there. Andrews with the setup as she's done time and time again. A lot of times it's been to a teammate on the perimeter, but that time Malloy underneath.
Fisher wide open for a three, takes it. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound Andrews. Andrews now pushing the ball up the floor. 2-on-1. Andrews keeps it herself. Beautiful move, but she blew the layup.
Yeah, she can't believe it. Great fake. She sold it, but the shot misses.
Fisher at the other end doesn't get her layup to go, and it goes out of bounds back to Brookdale.
These teams are taking turns missing layups at each end.
And now for the first time in the second half, we see Kayla Beal come back into the game for Morris as Enriquez goes to the bench.
And Beal was the primary ball handler, kind of the facilitator on offense for Morris, but picked up, as you said, the 4 fouls all in one half, and as a result, her action has been very limited here in the second half.
Shot clock down to 16. Andrews hands off to, there's Erico, hands off to Andrews. Andrews, the fadeaway 2 is good. Lead back up to 19, 64-45. Fisher dribbling. Guarded very tightly by Andrews. Now back over to Beal. Camry Brown has also come back into the game for Brookdale. Long 2 there for Harrigan doesn't go, and Malloy tracks down the rebound. Fletcher up ahead to Andrews. Andrews pulls the 3. Doesn't go, and the rebound to Miola. Beal to Harrigan. Harrigan had the ball ripped out of her hands by Brown. It's a jump ball. I think actually Brookdale is lucky that's a jump ball, because Brown certainly made a lot of contact there with Harrigan trying to get the ball out of her hands. Brown on the floor, I believe, with 3 personal fouls by our count, so has to be careful. Doesn't want to pick up that 4th personal. Miola, the turnaround shot after the inbounds play, doesn't go. Got her own rebound, lost him. It's taken away by Gianna Erico. Here comes Erico up the floor to Fletcher. Fletcher nowhere to go with it. Now takes the 3. Fletcher way off the mark. Rebound Malloy, hits Andrews in stride, and Andrews finishes at the bucket.
And it's all set up again by the offensive rebound. I mean, it's been a clinic in that department for the Jersey Blues today, and Andrews has made some really nice cuts to the basket in this game.
Coach Brunson there looking on. Beal now in the left arc, guarded by Andrews. Picks up her dribble. Miltiados. A whistle. And a timeout is taken by Coach Katz. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 10 seconds on the shot clock, Brian. Very late timeout there, but nonetheless, Coach Katz wanted to make the most of this opportunity. As I said a moment ago, they're hanging around with Brookdale. Really, when you take away this second quarter, Morris hasn't played that badly. It's just they just didn't have any performance in the second quarter, allowed Brookdale to get out to a huge lead, and now they're just continuing to try to play catch-up.
Yeah, and down by 21, you know, they're going to need more outside shots to fall down like we saw them make earlier in the first half, but they're going to have to move quickly here coming outside of the timeout, as you said, with only 10 to shoot.
So it'll be Christiana Miltiados inbounding to Fisher. Fisher, the shot clock down to 6. Fisher, the drive inside, the right hand shot goes. Rattled in for Fisher, and Fisher almost steals the inbounds pass away from Chikashi Andrews. Andrews to Brown. Brown right at Beal. Traveling called on Brown. Kayla Beal got really nervous for a second, thought she may have picked up her 5th and final personal foul as Brown went right around her, but they called a traveling call instead. Miltiados. Now to Fisher, the long 2, got it.
You have to make sure that you close out on Fisher's jump shots. Is going for the steal that time, right on cue is Fisher. And you see there that Alexandra Katz wants her team to press now with this deficit at 17 and time becoming a factor.
It'll be Andrews inbounding, a fresh 30 for Brookdale. Andrews is guarded by Beal. Goes around the screen step on Malloy, threw it away, was trying to get it into Errico. And now Morris has an opportunity again to cut into this lead. They're going to have to start working quickly, though, Brian. As you said, they're running out of time. Beal inside to Harrigan. The tough shot from the low block doesn't go. And Andrews controls the rebound, goes through 3 players, up ahead to Bowen. 2-on-1, Bowen over to Fletcher. The layup is good and the foul. Kayla Fletcher answering at the other end after the feed from Bowen. And now she can try to bump Brookdale up to a 20-point lead if she can complete the 3-point play from the line.
Yeah, just not a good foul that time by Harrigan because it came late. The shot was already going to be good, and the foul just adds a chance to add one more, which Brookdale cannot do. But still the lead at 19.
Foul was on Harrigan, only her first personal. Fisher trying to do all the work herself. The runner in the paint, off the back rim and in. And now Coach Katz there for Morris, telling her players to press. Andrews able to handle the press all by herself. Andrews now has a hole, goes right at Harrigan. The layup doesn't go. Harrigan the rebound. And Harrigan was trying to get over to Beal. Beal just could not handle the pass. She wasn't looking where the ball was and lost it out of play. I tell you what, you have to give Morris credit. They are playing with still a lot of heart here, Brian, down by double digits in the 4th.
They are, but, you know, Brookdale's done a good job, even though they haven't really exploded here in the second half like they did for much of that second quarter. They've done enough to sustain this lead to where it's at now.
Fisher going coast to coast, and Fisher is fouled. So Fisher now will go to the foul line. Foul is on Andrews. That's her 4th personal. And it's the 2nd team foul on Brookdale here in the 4th quarter. Now Sophia Fisher at the foul line. First one up and good. I told this to you pregame, Brian. There are two players on the floor with very similar names, Sophie Fisher and Sophia Miola. I just called Fisher Sophia. I apologize for that. I said it was going to happen, and there it is. It happened. So there you go. Got that out of the way. Andrews, the floater in the paint, no good, but she's fouled. As the fouls now start to add up on both sides. Brookdale clinging to a 15-point lead. So Jakeisha Andrews, the leading scorer, averages 16 points a game and had 29 points, 8 assists in the last win that Brookdale had against Atlantic Cape Community College, 99-38 last week. Andrews really the star player on Brookdale's team. Makes them both from the foul line, back up to a 17-point lead for the Jersey Blues.
And what you like about her game is not just the shooting and the scoring, but it's the passing that she has, the ability to set up teammates, put them in good positions to succeed, which she's done very well in this game and being the leader in assists this year as well.
Harrigan not able to finish at the rim. Ball changed possessions about 3 times in 5 seconds, but Brookdale comes away with it. Vreeland up the other end of the floor, blew the layup out of bounds back to Brookdale. Last touched by Fletcher. So there's 20 on the shot clock. Andrew will inbound, finds Alexis Espada, and Espada gets on the board. Nice job. Now Coach Brunson keeping the pressure on as now Brookdale playing a tight defense, and they force a turnover there as Fisher was looking for Harrigan but threw it way over her head.
Yeah, too many mistakes here down the stretch. It was going to be a long shot whether Morris would make this a close game down the stretch, but too many turnovers here recently have made that not happen.
Fisher right at Andrews. Nice job by Fisher to get away from Andrews. Blew the layup. And now to go back to Brookdale. And Fisher is upset with herself because she knew she had that opportunity. Did everything right but finish on that drive to the hoop. Vreeland inbound to Bowen. Bowen will bring the ball up the floor, up ahead to Malloy. Lays it in at the other end.
And that time, just nobody rotating down near the basket defensively. That was way too easy for the Jersey Blues.
Odianos, the floater, doesn't go way too strong in the paint. Got her own rebound. And now the shot clock resets. Beal, the three from the corner off the front rim, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Fisher, third chance opportunity here for Morris, and rattles it home in the paint. And now another timeout is called. It'll be a timeout by Coach Brunson, another 30-second timeout. Coach Brunson has 4 timeouts remaining, so might as well use them up before the end of this game. 1:47 remaining. Brookdale with a 74-55 lead. And actually, they're going to say that it's not a timeout. I don't think Brookdale called a timeout. I think they were trying to sub there. Coach Brunson's smiling. I'm not sure what he's laughing about, but he's laughing at something. And the inbound that goes to Fletcher, and she's double-teamed and fouled. Shaylee Jones had come in. You see her there dribbling with the ball, giving the ball to the official. So I'm not sure if Coach Brunson was trying to substitute or if there was a miscommunication with the officials. And again, Jones inbounds to Fletcher. Fletcher across midcourt, up to Burton, threw it away.
Yeah, and I understand they're trying to move quickly to break the press here, but there's really no reason to rush your passes. Up by 19, with about a minute and a half left. Just take as much time off the clock and get out of here with a victory.
And Shaylee Jones gets tangled up with Fisher there on the left elbow. And There'll be a blocking foul called on Jones. So it's the first on Jones. Nicolette Cooper is also in the game for Brookdale, along with Alexis Espada. And now another foul on the baseline, and this might be the second personal on Jones. So 2 quick personal fouls on Jones. Field to inbound again underneath the basket. Harrigan right at Burton. Burton blocked it, but she fouled Harrigan at the same time. And for Burton, I don't know if this is 4 or 5 for her. And it is her 5th personal foul, so she's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, and I think that's the one glaring negative that'll come out of this game, which in all likelihood will be a Brookdale win, but it is the foul numbers, especially here in the second half. And what you don't like is that it's the starting players, the players you're relying on to be your best, and you can't have this happen in games where you lose players on fouls.
Giovanna Harrigan has played very well for Morris tonight. Misses them both from the foul line, though. Jones, the rebound, double teamed, and is fouled by Fisher in the backcourt. It's the 4th personal on Fisher and the 4th on Morris. They have one more foul to give if they want to play the fouling game. I don't know if they will. They're down by 19. And now here is Cooper inside to Jones. Jones doesn't get the basket to go. She got her own rebound. Jones traveled. She lost her glasses. So I don't think she could really see where she was underneath the basket. They called I think they called a foul, or maybe they called a timeout because she had lost her glasses. Either way, Brookdale inbounds. Fletcher looking to get it into somebody. Gets it into Jones. Jones now to Fletcher in the wing. Back to Jones. This is Espada. Espada to Cooper. Cooper, the long 2. Good!
The reaction from the Brookdale bench fired up that Cooper knocks down that jump shot.
I believe that's Cooper's first points of her career, if I'm not mistaken, as we have a foul here on this end of the court. I think they're going to get Fletcher, as the entire bench there for Brookdale erupted.
That was the most animated I think we've ever seen them.
It's like they had hit the game-winning shot there, up by 21. So now Cristiana Miltiado's at the foul line. Foul is on Fletcher. That's her first personal. The bench still laughing about that incredible shot there by Cooper. It was a very high arcing shot when she made that. She went up with, she had a really nice arcing shot there and was able to knock it down. Nothing but net. Timeout is called by Coach Katz. It'll be a 30-second timeout. But yeah, I mean, Brookdale still kind of reminiscing about that on the sidelines there with Coach Brunson. Remember, coming up after this game, immediately following, was supposed to be at approximately 8 o'clock. That's going to be backed up a little bit because this game is going a little bit over, and there was a little bit of a delay because County College of Morris was late arriving to the arena. But as soon as this game is done, approximately 20 minutes following the final buzzer, we'll have the Brookdale men take the floor against the County College of Morris, which should be a good game. Brian and I will have that call. And for Coach Chizak, he will be honored before the game. He got his 500th career win against Atlantic Cape Community College, last week. And the Brookdale men, just to give you a little bit of a teaser, are undefeated this year.
Playing some pretty good basketball, to say the least.
I will say that. Cooper over to Jones. Jones puts it up, is fouled. So now let's see if Jones can get on the board.
I was just going to say, in this game, we've seen Espada get on the board. We've seen it was Cooper make that jump shot, and now Jones trying to get on the board herself.
Well, we'll see if she can do it. Shaylee Jones, the 5'4" freshman from Long Branch. Bends at the knees, first foul shot up, back iron no, a little too strong. And now Jones takes her time. Puts it up, too strong. Not able to knock it down from the line. Here comes Miliatos, coast to coast. Miliatos just simply lost it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Brookdale. So Brookdale will improve to 6-6 overall. This is a non-conference game for Brookdale, even though Morris is in the Region 19. Remember, they are D2, Brookdale being T3. Harrigan inside. Turnaround jump shot doesn't go. Beal, the rebound, put it up, no good. Enriquez clears it out to Miliatos. Ball going to roll out of bounds. Actually, Jones was on the baseline trying to save it out of bounds with 18.7 seconds left. But Brookdale will improve to 6-6 overall and will now have won 2 straight games, heading into their road trip to Ocean County College on the 14th on Thursday. They play Cumberland on Saturday, and then next Tuesday they play Sussex County College to close out the month of December. That'll be their last game until the 9th of January. Final score tonight as Jones loses it out of bounds with 1 second left. County College of Morris will fall to 2-6. And that'll do it. 76-56. Brookdale wins by 20, and now they have won their second game in a row. They take down County College of Morris tonight by a final score of 76-56. Very impressive effort, Brian, no matter how you look at this. Give credit, though, to County College of Morris. I mentioned this throughout the second half. They kept pace with Brookdale coming out of the locker room. The problem was Brookdale had built up such a big lead in the second quarter that Morris never really had an opportunity to try to rebound after that. But they kept it close. They did their best. They contributed very nicely. They fought from behind, played very well, but Brookdale in the end was just too strong.
Yeah, and it really came down to that first half performance that you allude to, how they came away with this victory. I think the way they played early on was the best we've seen them play in games that we've done here at the Collins Arena. The offense was crisp. They weren't turning the ball over. They were playing strong defense, holding the other team to only 18 points in the first half. That was particularly impressive as well. So top to bottom, this is one for Coach Rich Brunson to be happy about. And to string together back-to-back dominating wins is also something you feel very good about as well.
Brookdale improves to 6-6 overall. They have won their second straight game in a row. The Brookdale women trying to keep that streak going this Thursday night when they travel down to Ocean County College to play their first of 3 road games to close out the month of December. The Brookdale men, along with County College of Morris, are warming up behind us. Stay tuned here on Brookdale Television. Special presentation of an honoring of Coach Chisek, who got his 500th career win, coming up shortly here on BTV.
Every journey we take in this life starts with a single step. My journey at Brookdale started with that step.
We are all